I guess by strict biblical standards, I don't even know if we should be hugging the opposite sex. I'm saying by the old standards.
Really? But I'm not chest hugging you. I'm not gripsing you up. I'm not wrapping my legs around you.
But I didn't.
Today, I wanted to talk about relationships and jealousy within relationships. And I'm sure we all must have experienced this to some degree. But I'm going to throw it out there. I think that all relationships need jealousy.
Wow. Hold on. That's sinking.
Wait, let me just think about that.
That's a big statement. You know?
Need jealousy.
All relationships need jealousy.
Need jealousy for what though? Like why?
All right. So I mean it in kind of the smaller context. If your partner didn't kind of question you on anything, you know, of like the kind of jealousy traits, how would that make you feel?
Give me circumstance.
Yeah.
Give you not taking any form of interest in anything you're doing, like, you know.
Okay, so say you're going out and they're like, where you going?
Yeah. So.
You're like, all right, cool.
So
but isn't that intrigue and interest?
I was gonna say
rather
that's more interest than jealousy.
Than actually.
No, but in sometimes in arguments in relationships, these things can cause arguments where you can accuse the other party of being jealous. So it's those little things that I'm talking about. That was just an example off the top of the head, but I'm just thinking.
Okay, I think I get what you mean. Like in relationships, it can be healthy. For example, like say in your relationship, you do certain things with your partner. Like you go to the cinema with your partner, but then when your partner starts going cinema with other people and not so much you're like, oh well, I thought this was our thing. You know, can we make it our thing instead of you spreading around with other people?
Sorry, in that
so
example,
maybe that.
Who's she going with instead?
I don't know. Well, okay, so that's
And here's what we're talking about.
So this is where the jealousy can be quite toxic, because if she's going cinema with another, or he's going cinema with the opposite sex, that's when it becomes quite unhealthy. Yeah. If the partner's going cinema with the mum, the dad, or cousin, and things like that, and not with you, then that's where you have that sit down talk and babe, this is our thing.
Can you classify that as jealousy?
I thought that was more like paying more attention to the other partner rather than jealousy, giving time and care, and in terms of like, I think jealousy it's more like an insecurity more of fear. But I think they all play into each other. That's the thing.
I think, all right, so you got a good point. All right, so let's spin it back then. What would you classify as jealousy?
I'll go with, for me, I always put jealousy in the same bracket as insecurity. Like if your significant other's doing something and you don't like it and you start getting a bit insecure about it and then you act a certain way, it becomes quite unhealthy. But I think that's where you need to come together as a couple and talk about it. But I think the root of it.
What kind of things though?
Right.
That's an open question.
I think for me, I can feel like 3 moments where I felt jealous.
Yeah.
One is when my partner's been overly touchy-feely with someone from the opposite sex, and I'm like, why are you hugging her like that?
Oh, wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, because, all right.
I bet it was a friendship hug, like.
No,
I bet he was like, 10 meters away.
And we're like the church hug.
But you know there's different types of hugs. There's a pat on the back. And all us here, like, we all said hi, little tap, tap, tap. But I'm not chest hugging you. I'm not gripsing you up. I'm not wrapping my legs around you.
But I didn't.
Wait.
What's he doing? Is that what that happened?
Was he doing that?
The girl was doing that to him.
He
and
had her legs wrapped around.
Well, no, okay, that.
That's just what you saw.
That's what she saw.
A bit more interesting. Okay, the hug was actually like a firm grips, like body enclosed, but for too long.
But my thing is
his
this.
hands?
Was it 12 or 6?
And what was this? Just a friend?
Was it 3 o'clock?
What was the relationship? What was the relationship?
Or was his hands
Not
not
like
like
this.
this?
Was it like this? Let her explain. You're asking about 10 questions.
All right, sorry, go on.
I am the only female here too,
Sorry.
so okay.
Sorry.
Marine.
Right, she dropped that one there. You know?
No, okay, so it's after a club night.
Yeah.
So, like, you know when you're saying bye to everyone's drinks, everyone's a bit licked as well by this point. So I think I was more in my, like, my stationer. But the girl ran over to him and was like, oh, bye. and it was just a firm grips up. I can't remember where his hands was, but because my attention was on.
So was he like this, like kind of wrapped up, like, all right, cool, get off me? Or was
Do you know? I don't know. I was more concerned.
Did
with
you know her?
No.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
what- when you
I didn't know the girl, so I'm like.
Is that
Christian,
jealousy,
who's the
though?
girl?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I think it is.
so.
I think it
I don't
is.
think that's jealousy.
What do you
What
think
do you
it
think
is?
that is?
No, I think you got a right to be to be watching her. I think he grips in her up like
Look,
that.
I think it's jealousy. I think it's like legitimate. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Is
You've
it
got
healthy
legitimate?
jealousy.
Yeah, you've got a right to be jealous in that situation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's certain things that irk certain people. Do you see what I mean? Like, I remember there was a time where my missus came to meet me at, I think we was going cinema actually, and we bumped into a girl that I work with. And I said hello. It wasn't like a, do you know what I mean? Me, when it comes to hugs, yeah, like you were saying, the tap hugs. I don't like tap hugs. What? Tap hugs to me, yeah.
Yeah. You need
I don't want to hug you,
Yeah.
but I'm being polite, innit? So like,
So you do? You
Tap,
say you
like,
draw
you know
her
what I'm
for a
saying?
nice.
no, I'm just saying if I'm gonna hug you,
Hey, how
I'm
you
gonna
do-
give you.
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't think it's the type of hug. I think it's the length of time in the hug. So if we've got a friend, yeah, we call her a hug too long. I don't think.
But she knows her name.
A title, you know.
She's gonna know now.
A name, a title.
I don't think she knows.
That's
Yeah.
bad mind that you haven't told her. Maybe she's not aware.
We
I
call
think
her a
she
hug
does.
too long, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like she hugs for too long, innit? But it's not a thing about like I don't know if it's a thing of she just hugged me for too long on that
Yeah.
one occasion, or if she hugs everyone for too long. I don't know, innit? But anyway, back to the cinema story. So we was going cinema. We bumped into someone that I work with, and this girl was like, "Oh, you've got I had a piece of fluff in my hair," and she's like, "Oh, you got fluff in your hair." She took it out,
Oh, that's nice of him.
and that annoyed that annoyed my missus, innit? Because she was like, "Oh, like why is she touching? Like why is she being tactile with you?" Kind of thing. My thing is, I don't know if that's something to like be concerned about or not in it. Generally, because I have a real high tolerance for jealousy. I think it annoys. I think it annoys people sometimes because, or it's annoyed partners in the past sometimes because I don't do jealous. I don't do jealousy. I don't.
Yeah.
Just what I mean.
But you see something like that. I remember like you were there on the night, so we went out, and there's a particular girl that used to be around that I personally didn't really have much time for her. She didn't actually really talk to me, but one time, wifey was there as well. But then she went to touch my bed, and I remember thinking I didn't want to touch my bed anyway. Like so, I kind of pulled away less, and that's kind of as it was.
And that's comfort zone.
But then she meant like my missus was she had a problem with it too, innit? I didn't necessarily. I've never, and I don't think of it as jealousy. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, it's alright.
It's a violation because it's your bubble, your comfort zone, and with the hugging too long thing, you're hugging too long. She's touching your hair. She could have just said, "Oh, you got something in your hair first," and then it's down to you to touch it.
Yeah.
But to invade your space automatically and like.
So your jealousy was with her, it wasn't with your partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then
I don't think it's jealousy, though.
But can we define
I don't think it
what
is,
jealousy
yeah.
actually is? Isn't it? Because I feel like jealousy is like it's like a want or a need that you have that someone else isn't providing, that someone else isn't catering to that want and need. So therefore, now if they do it outside of that, you want it. That's where the jealousy comes in.
I had
them walking dictionaries there.
Yeah.
Man, like,
I did his research.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. My side during
I'm gonna start calling man Gandalf out here.
I
Man
was
came with
silent for the
the
whole thing, you know. Just
man came with
computed.
the knowledge.
That's computed in his mind and just bam. Got a definition of jealousy.
Pocketbook in
Man came
there.
like Doctor Strange,
Pocketbook.
like I've seen the vision.
Yeah, right. Run
No,
that
real
again.
talk.
So jealousy is something about the news.
But then the examples that you both gave, it comes down to like your partner has marked you as theirs, and if an outsider comes in and steps into that, then they're invading what they call what is their territory.
Yeah.
Love that. I love that wording. So, when you do have a partner, are you theirs? Would be my question.
As
in general, like that's
So
for everyone.
I think it's shared.
unit,
I think
yeah,
it's something
it's a
that
unit.
you have. There is a language in a relationship,
Yeah.
and you learn about that, and it grows or it doesn't grow. But if it's on the way to kind of being something of fruition, it will grow, and you have that language, and it's about understanding, I think. And I think when the lack of communication and the lack of understanding, then it becomes, competition, or it might become toxic, or it might become. I think awareness of that language, because like you were saying about the hug, you know, maybe your partner, that's his kind of language with a friend. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but that might be that language. Do you know what I mean?
And I guess that's the boundaries that you as a pair kind of, you know, you set different boundaries, innit? So as a couple, you'll know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. But it's an interesting one, and that's why I was saying about jealousy is kind of needed, or is it normal? Because, you know, sometimes you have other conversations and you just think, I just think.
Would you say you're the jealous type? Would you say you get jealous quite easily?
No, I wouldn't say so, but I guess if we're going by these examples that we're going by, then I could be.
Maybe your partner's just very respectful then, and she ain't done anything to make you jealous.
Yeah, but I guess there's things that can come in like naturally. Like if I saw, I guess that's probably what it comes down to it.
But then,
because I haven't really come into the thing where I've thought someone's hugging for too long. But that would be something I'd say, well, what's my man hugging you for so
And
long
when you
for?
don't know them either, and there's no introduction, do you know what I mean? Because you feel like a bit of a plonker just standing there like.
But do you think that the context of that was important? So like it's after a club night, so maybe she's been drinking. Do you know what I'm saying? He's been drinking. Everyone's
different when they're busy.
Not that that's an excuse, but
because you were saying after church or something, if you're hugging someone, you know, it's like you just hug
too long. What kind of church you go to, bro?
After church.
I didn't say anything, you know. And there's me nodding along like, I was like, sure.
We might have to rewind, man. Maybe you did say church.
Boy.
Maybe you did say church.
Nobody mentioned church.
Absolutely, nobody
Maybe
mentioned
I'm
church.
thinking about church because it's Sunday.
It's like, what?
But it's a different atmosphere. I'm going to use church now because it's a different atmosphere after church. You're like, oh, hey, God bless you.
Yeah, no, I hear that. You do kind of
hug. Like, you know what I mean? I guess by strict biblical standards, I don't even know if we should be hugging the opposite sex. I'm saying by the old standards.
Really?
You get what I'm saying?
Really? Where in the Bible does it
Where did you say that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to hug, you know.
Maybe there's boundaries.
Listen, I don't know. I'm talking about like, and I'm not saying this. They're confused looks. Listen, I'm not saying that is how it is or that's how it should be. Yeah.
This guy.
I'm just saying there was an era in the church where they were very, very, very strict.
Really?
Women couldn't wear makeup.
Oh, okay, fair
Guys
enough.
couldn't get.
Okay, so maybe in
Listen, I remember the first time I got my ear pierced and going to greet my grandma. She was like, "What's that in your ear?" Do you get what I'm saying? I couldn't have plaits.
But was that about church though?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
My aunt, when I had plaits, my aunt wouldn't. When I had hair, my heyday, bro. Forgive me. So did you. You know this, cuz.
I can't imagine, bro.
Wow. Look, in my house, you can't get away with doing one or the other.
That's like way off. Like,
You can't get away with doing plaits and earrings. Wow, you're asking for a...
My cousin used to do my hair.
Plaits and earrings, you know. Wow.
Oh, carry on, sorry.
My cousin used to do my hair, and then my auntie, she caught me one time coming downstairs. She was like, "Nah, this has got to stop."
I'm dying, sorry. I'm still on the plaits and earrings. At the same time, then you wonder why your aunt's brushing you.
No. What's wrong with plaits and earrings?
There's nothing. Look, there's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing. I'm just saying, in my household, innit?
What?
There's three things you're not turning up to my house with. Yeah, one's plaits, the next one's earrings and tattoos. If you got two out of the three, you're risking eviction. You're risking.
They weren't and that's religious.
No, that wasn't religious. That's just what my mum's on.
You're right. You took your COVID test.
I took my COVID test. But maybe this was
gosh.
pre-COVID times when we weren't allowed to hug people. So, you know, maybe the Bible did get it right.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. They knew COVID was coming.
I don't know if it was. I'm not saying it was in the Bible. I'm just saying like the culture in church.
Yeah.
Black
But
Pentecostal churches.
Don't you do the handshake? No.
I'm saying now people are hugging it, but I'm just saying it's a question out there. Maybe some of you Pentecostal churchgoers could let me know what it was like when women weren't allowed to wear trousers, makeup. Like it was strict, innit? So that's what I'm saying in terms of the hugging.
Yeah, I guess you're like way back in the day, but like just
Times have
generally-
changed though, man.